Hey, what's up? It is Joey Little with your Facebook Live for Monday, the week of Thanksgiving. I am the social little man on the interwebs, on Facebook. If you're following me right now, then you're seeing the Facebook Live pop up. And thanks for joining me. Also with the podcast, it's available on SoundCloud, also in the Google Podcast Play Music Store, and you can also find it on iTunes. Also all over the web. So I'd love to network with you. It's one of the most favorite things I like to do is networking with people, whether it be for on a professional reason or even on a personal reason. Because even though I do a lot of these professional type Facebook Lives and podcasts and videos, also have a whole personal side. So if you know me outside of work, or on the weekends, you can be part of a lot of groups that I have where we talk about personal things too, and how to use social media in a lot of those instances. So today, jumping into it real fast. Good morning, everybody. By the way, I believe that on your Facebook Live, because I got to send out about 15 messages before I go live, letting people know, because they say that they're not getting alerted that the Facebook Lives are going on. There should be a follow button. We'll have to look. I'm looking at Android right now. I can't follow myself. So if you can, give me a big thumbs up. Good. Brad Paschal coming right in. Good morning, Kenny. Good morning, the hashtag Poke Joey movement. Morning, Jeff. Thanks for joining me. If you see a follow button on your Facebook Live, sorry for those of you listening to the podcast, give me a thumbs up that you see it. I know Android is different than there. We see some thumbs up. So here, that's all you got to do. Christine gets an alert. So everybody's getting an alert. So I can start cutting down the amount of messages that I have to send out before I go live. So today we're going to be talking about annoyance and how the usability and the UI, user interaction, user interface for Facebook, and why a lot of people get annoyed with some of the features that are being used, and how you can avoid that. So the big one today was going to be talking about groups. Just by a show of thumbs up, or anybody that's listening to the podcast, a like or anything, tell me how many of you have been added to a group in the last, 30 to 45 days. So let's call it 60 days. Just unwillingly, somebody just put you in a group, just to put you in a group, and you don't really have any control over it. And then you got to go in there, and you either stay in there, or you got to put a something up that blocks you from being put in there. A lot of thumbs up coming up right now. There's a lot of groups that are being made, and salespeople are starting to think that this is a tool to use on Facebook to interact with their network even better. Evan calling in from Vegas, or seeing what's up. What's up, Evan? Hey, thanks for the great birthday party, by the way, Evan. One of the best birthday parties I've ever had in my entire life at the Marquee in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan. It was great. Lizelle says 15 groups in the last 2 weeks. Yikes. Here's the problem. This is what people don't like. People consider their Facebook as their home, is where they live. This is where they feel comfortable, especially online. This is where they kind of let their guard down when it comes to online because of the privacy settings that they could set up. And if you do anything to affect that or make it seem like they have no connection or no control over what's happening with Facebook, they're going to not like it, and they're going to push back on you. And just like Lizelle said, 15 groups in the last 2 weeks, that is a lot of groups. Salespeople now are realizing that Facebook pages that they created online for Facebook pages are not getting the reach that they've gotten. Facebook pages are really, really dropping organically the reach that meaning that when you post something to a Facebook page, the amount of people that are going to see it, whether they like your page or not, is exponentially going down. Does that mean you don't have to have a page anymore? No, absolutely not. You got to keep it updated. You got to get good content out there. You got to make sure that people are even leaving reviews, but they're not reaching the people they want to reach. So the second thing, what we developed here was how you can use your employees is starting to network and posting, things about work and things like that. Christina says, I noticed groups change their names. Everyone in the group gets a notification for that, just posting in the group. Unfollow the group and turn off the notifications coming from Kenny. And that's the way it's going. There are some really good groups out there. Just the way that they're being created and being facilitated is not good. So salespeople then use their own personal Facebook to know that the reach is going to be exponentially higher than a Facebook page. So you can get anywhere from 40% to 70% of engagement, meaning that's who's going to see your post. So if you've got a 500 friends on Facebook, about 40 to 70%, depending on, the level of it, if it's relevant, et cetera, et cetera. If Facebook's going to allow, it can be very, very high if you get a lot of interaction. So they're using that. Then they found out that if they created a group, let me say what Sally's saying here for on the Facebook Live. By the way, Facebook.com/ social little man is the way that you can follow the Facebook Lives, and then just click the follow me on Facebook, and you'll be able to check these out. Sally said, I've been added and removed myself from the same group 5 times. Desktop allows you to choose not to be added back, but not on mobile yet. That is correct. So salespeople have now decided that the highest way that they're going to be able to get as much engagement as they can is going to be through creating a group and then taking every person that they're connected to and inviting them, not inviting them, just pushing them into the group. And that is a bad practice. That can get you a really bad name online. Maybe just personally one-to-one. It's not like you're going to be blasted across the interwebs, but it gets you, your trust factor goes down. It absolutely does. So the ability to create a group, perfect. Great idea to create a group. If you're working in the car industry, if you're working in the, if you're a hairstylist, et cetera, you've got to do groups different than just saying, I sell Toyotas, right? Or your Toyota girl, or whatever it is. You can't do that in a group. What you have to do is create a storyline behind it, and you got to create some kind of passion. You got to get those passionate people in there. I recently, in the last 6 months, bought a Ford F-150. I love my Ford F-150. Would I talk to other people in a group about Ford F-150s? Absolutely. Could a salesperson that sells Ford F-150s set up a group of Ford F-150 lovers, or passionate about my Ford F-150 or anything like that? Absolutely. Would I join that group if I saw it? I'd give it a bigger chance of me joining that group than I would Don sells Ford F-150s or your Ford F-150 guy. Dude, don't sell me. I don't want to be sold. But you're going to create a group. You create a group where people can network. You create a group where people can give you referrals, et cetera, et cetera. Create your group. That way you can have a control over it. That way you can have certain people in there, but just don't add people to the group. Now you can suggest it. You can put it out on your Facebook. You can put it through your Facebook page if you have one of those, and put some money behind it and really target people that say that they own an F-150 off the Pulse data that's available from Facebook. But absolutely. Brad says it's super important to provide free content and contribute to the group. Mike Davenport does a great job with his Corvette Club. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know that there's hairstylists out there that, don't tell me why I need to buy it. Just tell me why I need it, right? Facebook group for Ed Brooks, put a link in there. I don't know what Ed's up to here, but I assume it's safe. But Facebook groups can absolutely, basically, and I don't want to use a negative SEO term. The only thing I think is black hat you off Facebook. People don't care anymore. But there is a reason why you should make a group. You can engage with your followers better on a group. We're talking about, before I go any further, if you create a group, do not just go into your friends list and add everybody to the group. That is not a good move. That is not a good move at all. Manny says, totally agree. It's annoying. AF, I know what that stands for. Be placed in groups and then leave and then get re-added. You can actually engage. So create groups that allow people to support their passion. Plus, you have to understand that we're getting into still a problem after years and years and years of social media. Social media is not a one-way broadcasting platform. It is not. But so many companies and so many people and salespeople are still treating it as a one-way broadcasting channel, meaning that they're just like radio or TV or billboard. It's a one-way conversation. These Facebook Lives, absolutely amazing, because like Arnold just popped in and said, let's all add Brad to every Facebook group that's out there, because it's a two-way way, and your group has to be considered the exact same way. I built a group 4 years ago called the Live a Little Project. It was something I put on Facebook. It started with 5 of us. It's up to about almost 1,000 now. People that, and not everybody's involved like they used to. I didn't add just anybody. You had to be referred. Somebody else had to put you in there. Wait, aren't you broadcasting? Arnold, we just talked about that. I'm broadcasting, but I'm getting it back from you. When I was in radio, we considered getting phone calls or emails and texts and all that a two-way conversation, but really it wasn't. I mean, this really isn't a two-way conversation unless I read the comments and the rest of you read the comments. But a group can put you in a situation, if you're selling cars, what is Ed saying? Sorry, this is my response to being added to a group. I view adding people to a group without asking permission to be one of the most unprofessional things imaginable. Absolutely. Absolutely. I get added to a group, I'm out. I don't care what your group is about, I'm out. I don't care. I'm just out. So you have to create that invitation, and then use the users that are inside your group that have decided to be there in the first place, that maybe you've reached out and got a core audience of maybe 10 people to start a group with. If you're selling cars and you want to, Toyota enthusiasts, then find the other Toyota enthusiasts or anybody like that to add to this. Arnold wants to talk about game requests in a second. Found you via group. Sometimes it's meant to be. Kenneth, and I'm assuming, but that group, I just wasn't added to it. So groups are a good thing. It's just that negative thing that you can't control and people just shove you into a group. And I'm going to make a group just for you. Here we go. I like this. Here comes the, look at Joey all dressed up. Just a jacket today, brother. Just a jacket. Those listening to the podcast, once again, remind you if you want to follow the Facebook Lives, which are also on YouTube, and the podcasts that are on through iTunes and also through Google Music. If you want to see them in person, go to facebook.com/social-little-man. Send me a follow. Send me a friend request. It doesn't matter. I got plenty of room for you. I keep that thing cleaned up quite a bit. And so back to groups. You can engage with your followers better. Just don't shove them in there. It's a great place for people to exchange ideas. It's not like a page where it's almost a one-way thing. Kenneth says that he was added to that group forcefully. The group that he met me. You can not only teach, but have other people teach. They can sell your products for you. You got good customers and good rapport with those. You can have them sell them for you. I'm trying not to read the comments too much. I'm looking to see, but now we're talking about if I'm wearing pants or not. And I will assure everybody listening to the Facebook Live, watching the Facebook Live, listening on YouTube, whatever it is, I am wearing pants. Absolutely. Nobody's commented on the fancy ice maker I have back here above my refrigerator. I got to do a different angle today on the Facebook Live, and I didn't realize my fancy ice maker is sitting on top of my, so not wearing sweatpants either. Thank you, Brad. So another thing that I think is great for groups, if you're going to create the groups and you're going to do this teaching and you're going to do this networking, because that's what social media is all about, is social networking, is networking. Ideas coming together that maybe can help you sell some more product, sell some more service. Polls. I love polls. I love polls that you can do in groups now. They've kind of taken them away from the pages. You can't do them on your personal anymore. But there's all kinds of changes. So as soon as I say that, they're probably up again. Polls are great. You can keep yourself top of mind if a better top of mind awareness through a group. And remember, Arnold coming in with the side swipe. I thought social media was to gripe about politics. Yes, it's what it is. Get my thought back. I love when you guys derail me. This is one of my favorite things to do all day is this Facebook Live. Tons of things that I do. I love it. And one of the things I love about this is the derailment. Love the derailment. I love the opportunities. You can build your list. You can use it as your pipeline. You can do that with a group, but remember you have to keep it as a passion-based, not as a sales-based thing. You have to keep it as a passion, so it's a conversation. Alan Ward says, I feel like one of the greatest things about social media is allow you to make up your own social choices when you force people into groups away from the experience and people have. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You put somebody in a situation like that. Yeah. Did you see Ed Brooks just said, share some fake news? Facebook just came out and said that they're admitting that fake news is going through their news feeds quite a bit. Meme groups for life. Sally just removed herself from more than a dozen groups, and Heather is derailing. That's what she loves to do. So groups are one thing. We're going to switch here a little bit. And I'm thinking about, I mean, there's an opportunity for me to set up a group for a lot of you that jump into these Facebook Lives. But it gives me too many platforms to be on. I've thought about groups before, how we can exchange ideas, et cetera, when it came to digital marketing, came to social media, came to really anything that had to do with personal branding. So wait, you're a new desk? No, I'm not a new desk. I just changed whatever the view. Usually the camera's right over here, facing this way. But I went this way today. Don't know why. It's because I like change. We're going to talk about the next thing. And I've had a really good, solid opinion about Facebook games, about app games that are through Facebook. And I'll explain to you. If you don't know, you don't know. First of all, Brad wants to say there is a poll, which for the day is what type of pants is Joey wearing? That's great. I will tell you, I'll tell you right now, I'm wearing golf pants. I am wearing 100% golf pants. They were bought at a golf place and they're used to play golf, but I do not wear them to play golf. But I'm wearing golf pants. Facebook games. Why Facebook games? Well, see, when it came out first that it was very, very important for you to have followers on your Facebook page, one of the things that you could do was create a game, or if you wanted to get data from customers, from users, is create a game. Now remember, when you log into a game on Facebook, mini golf, absolutely, Ed Brooks, it is mini golf. And Liz, I love it. You get the new haircut every day. How's the haircut looking? Those of you that are on the, I think it's very Doug. Remember the animated show where he's got the weird hairdo. I got kind of, it's like, look at the hard part. Looks good. All right, enough derailment. Auto groups just end up being a bunch of vendors and sales trainers pitching crappy ideas. It comes that way. It does. But I'll tell you right now, a lot don't pitch. So games, quizzes, stupid stuff, collect your info. That's what Arnold's talking about. That's why games were created in the first place, was to collect info. You ever seen, thank you, Lizelle. You ever seen the opportunity when you get into a game, whether it be Farmville back in the day? Ever remember Farmville? Give me some thumbs ups and some hearts. By the way, while you're watching this, go into and hit follow so you can get notified of these in the future. But Farmville would take your information. That's what it would do. You'd have to log into it and get Beth. You can come on and say hi. Just come here and say hi. Come here. This is all about derailment. It's all about derailment. Say hi to Beth.
Hi.
VP Marketing here at Auto Alert and UI UX. So.
Hi, everybody.
Look at all the thumbs up and hearts. They're contemplating right now because we're talking about groups on Facebook. We're also talking about what kind of data comes when you get a game. But the focus is what type of pants am I wearing?
Oh.
Can you tell everybody that I'm wearing golf pants?
Bermuda shorts.
Bermuda shorts. And Jessica. So let's get back to the game. So the information that you have to do to log into the game is going to ask you to take all of it. They're going to ask you, we want control of this, we want control of that, or not control of it, but we want to be able to get your data. We want to be able to post to Facebook. Remember those days when you'd play a game and it would automatically post to Facebook for you? How annoying was that? Jiminy Christmas. And then Bejeweled came around, and then Candy Crush came around, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing is that to get more lives or to go further in the game, a lot of these is that you had to invite other people to play the game with you, or invite people that are already playing the game or whatever to give you something or to sign up for something so you can get more lives. How crappy is that? How was it that showed us truly who our friends were? That would sell us out completely just so they can get more lives to play Candy Crush. Sold us out. I know who you are. I remember these. I've been this on Facebook for a while, as long as you are too. But here's the big thing about games. Stop it. Because here's the hardcore thing that I used to say. I used to say you could go into your settings and you could set it up so you can't get any more requests from a certain app or game. But there's so many apps and so many games that are coming through all the time. Here's the deal. If you want to play the game, pay the frickin' money. Just pay the 99 cents, pay the $5. Just do that. Quit banging me up. Quit sending me, and it doesn't do much to my life. I mean, what is it? I get a message and I just got to ignore it. But still, to me, in this day and age, that's too much. That is just too much. It just annoys me. So just pay for the money to do it. And if you're a business that collects these or makes these games, right? I don't know what to tell you. But the fact is, you're doing a great job because I see a lot of people playing and I see a lot of data coming in. Then we'll have some fun. That's what Arnold says. I'm not sure what that means. I'm a little nervous about that, but we're talking about groups and we're talking about games. The thing is do not do anything on Facebook that is going to put somebody else in a situation that they may not want to do that same thing. Poke. Keep coming up with the pokes, Brad, don't you? We had 35 pokes from last week's How Not to Be Creepy on Facebook's Facebook Live that I did. 35 pokes in one day. 35. Whole new, not a new record, but up there. So once again, if you're thinking about doing a Facebook group, absolutely get into it. You can check it out. There's tons of things you can Google to find out how you can make a Facebook group really, really hum really good. But do not just take your full entire list of people that you're friends with on Facebook and shove them in there. Lizelle says every guy should have the Joey Little haircut. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Alan Ward says we can beat the poke thing today. I'm going to tell you what I told you last week. I'll go back to the creepy, which, by the way, the creepy video is available. I'm telling you what. Does anybody remember? What do most people think it means when they get poked by somebody on Facebook? I'll let that sit for a second. Go ahead and put it in the comments. What do you think it means when somebody pokes you on Facebook? Let's just relive that for a second as we go back to the groups. Creepy video is available. Yes, it is. Set up a group if you want to. If you need some help, send me some information or send me a ping. I'll give you some my best practices for setting up a group. A very successful group. Pokes restart at 996, just FYI. Yes, Lizelle. Yes, Kenny. They're flirting. They are hitting on you, etc., etc. And with the games, it depends on who's doing the poking and what I want to believe they mean. That's what Arnold says. With the Facebook games, listen, I know it's a way that we can block you from sending these Facebook game requests to us, but we don't want to. We just want you to stop doing it. Stop it. Pay money. Don't bang me up and need me to give you some strawberries or whatever it is, some time so you can play Candy Crush even further. So I want to wish everybody a great Thanksgiving. Manny has a group of over 500 people, and I have no idea what to do with it. I'm telling you, Plexus, that's what you should do. Rodin and Fields, that's what you should do. Sell some home-based system. What would you recommend, Manny? I'd find whatever's passionate of the people that are in there. Whatever the passion is. I would ask questions in the group. I'd ask questions of what they want to do. I don't know what the name of the group is. Please just don't add me to it. But yeah, Facebook folks are like winking at me from across the room. So thanks again for everybody listening to the Facebook Live today. I hope you can take something away from it. Remember, while you're in here now, subscribe to the Facebook Live. Hit the follow button down at the bottom so I don't have to send you all messages anymore, because it's gone from 2 to 12 to 15. I'm sure it'll be 20 here real soon. So hit the follow button. Also, make sure you share this video. If you stayed with me the whole time, you've got to get something out of this, or you just like banging me up. One of the two. So share this video with your network, and I do appreciate it. And for those of you listening to the podcast or watching the video on YouTube, you can go to facebook.com/social little man. I'm Joey Little. Have a great day, everybody, and keep smiling.